The race for the White House made a stop in western Wisconsin today. Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance spoke to a crowd at a business there as Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz made their second appearance together. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson. The stops come as the two campaigns fight for votes in the critical battleground state. Ian Russell joins us with highlights from both events. Ian?
Yeah, well, Julie, to say these rallies were close is kind of an understatement. Both obviously were in Eau Claire and just a few miles apart from each other. We'll start with who landed there first. Vice President Harris and Governor Tim Walz. They met with some kids on the tarmac before they headed over to their rally. And at that rally, Walz stuck to many of the same points from his speech yesterday in Philadelphia, emphasizing his background and that he's relatable to folks in western Wisconsin.
Donald Trump, he sees the world differently than we see it. He has no understanding of service because he's too busy servicing himself.
And Vice President Harris spoke as well, emphasizing economic issues without discussing foreign policy. And just across town, another rally happening for Senator J.D. Vance, this time without a crowd of fans. Vance instead spoke at an aviation equipment manufacturer and just to the media. Also, there were members of that aviation equipment manufacturer, Wellard International. Vance spoke for several minutes, calling it a scandal that Harris hasn't answered any questions from the media, despite being the presumptive nominee for over 2 weeks now. And Vance's speech largely focused on being self-sufficient from other countries, including from things like energy, and also criticizing Harris's record at the southern border.
We had somebody who was stopping the flow of fentanyl and stopping the Mexican drug cartels from taking advantage of our country. And we had somebody who was pursuing the kind of economic policies where you could build a life in your home without having groceries become unaffordable.
Vance then took questions from the media ranging from combating addiction issues in Wisconsin to whether or not he thinks he's weird, something Walz started. Vance says he thinks he's a pretty normal guy. And both campaigns weren't just in Wisconsin today. Harris and Walz flew to Detroit to speak after their rally in Eau Claire, and Vance came from Michigan ahead of his press conference in western Wisconsin. Julie?